Hello and welcome to the best mods for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. We're going to be covering all the best mods nearly daily as so many mods are getting released. So if you're keen to stay up to date with all the latest and greatest mods, mod news, or anything Kingdom Come Deliverance, come along for the journey as we explore all the best mods. Let's go. Master Menhart's Longsword Replica introduces a recipe to craft the replica of Master Menhart's Longsword, allowing players to obtain a powerful weapon without having to loot or steal it from the original wielder. The crafting recipe includes high-tier materials, making it a late-game weapon option. To obtain the recipe, you will need to make it to the next map, and I'll just give you an example of where to get it, how to find it. The recipe is sold by Master Pt2, a blacksmith in Gutenberg. Very nice shop. This is where you'll find it on the map, and the materials you'll need are exotic wood, deer skin, straight sword guard, hair sword pommel, Paleto steel, and iron. All these items can be purchased in quite a good amount of quantity in Gutenberg. Recipe costs roughly around 11 to 1200, and with this you'll be able to have a crack at forging this amazing sword on your own. However, do note you probably will need to be quite advanced in your forging or quite proficient, as it can be a difficult sword. There is a real quick option to gain this sword. If you have console commands enabled and on PC, you can just drop in the commands noted within the mod that will spawn the recipe and the sword itself, skipping the process of going to grab it. It's an excellent mod because it balances the crafting requirements. The material cost is fair and ensures only dedicated players can craft it. The Toledo steel and exotic wood are rare, preventing players from crafting it too early. It's lore friendly, there's no game breaking mechanics, a good craftable alternative to some rare gear, and the cheat codes are included. The sword looks incredible and has incredible stats. This is a well balanced crafting mod, adding in an iconic legendary sword. Definitely recommend it for players who enjoy crafting or just want a mad legendary sword that looks amazing. The CTR Skins KCD2 mod is a high-resolution character texture overhaul, improving the detail and realisms of faces and bodies within Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. It offers both 2K, 4K textures for a more lifelike and immersive experience. In my example, I'm using all 4K textures. You'll have three options within the different 4K and 2K. You'll have male body textures, female body textures, which will refine skin details, muscle definition, and shading. There's also an optional default Henry look. If you prefer the original Henry, this version keeps the vanilla appearance while upscaling the resolution. This is a massive visual upgrade. Characters look way more detailed, refined, and natural. 4K textures demand more VRAM, can affect performance on low-end GPUs. However, there are customizable options. You could just pick one texture pack just to help your performance if you're in that scenario. But if you ever wanted more crisp or detailed character textures, CTR Skin is an essential mod. It enhances the immersion without changing the artistic style, making this a must-have mod to add that extra detail clarity to everyone you interact with. Dirty and Charismatic PTF mod removes the penalty dirt and armor conditions have on Henry's charisma, ensuring your character's charm isn't ever affected by how filthy, bloody, or battle-worn he gets. So as an example, here we have some noble gear with a charisma value of 22. It's all pretty clean, other than my face. Let's get dirty and bloodied up through some combat and exploration, having a charisma of 22 still, proving that dirt blood no longer impact charisma. So even after having a bath, if we go and check our charisma, we'll still have a charisma of 22. It's a very subtle and small change, but this is a great quality of life mod. If you find that the dirt-based charisma penalty is frustration, ideal for players who want constant social interaction without worrying about constant baths or pristine armor upkeep. The Deep Water Horse mod is a re-implementation of the original Deep Water Horse mod. It allows horses to traverse deep water, effectively bypassing the game's no swimming rule for mounted travel. This can expand exploration options, making crossing rivers and lakes possible at any time. So it's going to remove the water barriers for mounted players. Ride your horse across deep water, but do not jump off your horse while you're in the water. If you do, it will leave Henry stuck under the water. This is not a PTF compatible mod yet, but maybe down the track it will be. It doesn't change any of the terrain or level geometry, and there's no swimming animation or water physics. The horse can simply just walk in water now, and you will go straight to the bottom. So it's still early days, but I see this mod becoming a staple down the track. very similar to the KCD1 version. A useful mod for easier, increased exploration, but used with caution due to lack of water physics and potential game-breaking issues. However, if you do want to ride across rivers and lakes, this is a great tool, but stay mounted and potentially avoid some of the real deep areas where you might clip onto the map. Awesome seeing this in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Disable Fog mod. Removes the fog effect within Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, allowing for much cleaner visuals, improved long-distance rendering, and even potential performance boost, even if minor. You won't really realize the impacts of this mod until you actually try it. It is a very simple change to the config, however it has profound effects as it makes so many settings crystal clear, and I much prefer that look than the dusty, foggy look that you come across everywhere. Completely transforms the shadows too, they become much darker. Good thing is it won't affect any water rendering, but for some you may find that it loses atmospherical elements, but for me it increases the clarity, detail of everything. So if you prefer cleaner visuals and extended draw distance, this mod is a must-have. While it removes atmospherical fog, it does not compromise water rendering, making it cleaner alternative to other fog removing tweaks. The well-worn KCD1 Perk reimplementation mod brings back the well-worn perk from Kingdom Come Deliverance 1, allowing loot goblins to reduce once again. This perk is reintroduced into the warfare skill tree, ensuring its function as is intended based off the original. This is going to restore the fan favorite perk under skills, under combat, into warfare. You'll find the well-worn perk. So we've unlocked well-worn. So keep in mind how well-worn perk worked was if your armor was slightly damaged, say below 90% condition, you made less noise while moving. This allows stealth-focused players to benefit from wearing armor without being as easily detected by enemies. It was a trade-off. You had to keep your armor worn down to stay quieter. This also meant less protection. It was popular for loot goblins, stealth builds, and somewhat realistic mechanics because worn armor creaks less than pristine. Simple yet essential perk restoration for players who miss features from KCD1. Book Rework mod enhances book textures, their readability, recipes, codex. It improves fonts, page details, and overall design, making reading easier, colors more brighter, textures. You'll have higher resolution book textures, pages appear crisp and more detailed. You'll have sharper, more readable fonts, no more blurry or pixelated text, authentic parchment design. Books retain a medieval look while improving clarity, worn edges, and realistic ink. Adds depth and realism to the reading experience, medieval immersion maintained. This is an excellent upgrade without breaking historical accuracy. If you love reading and immersion within KCD2, this mod is a huge improvement. It makes books, recipes, codex feel more authentic and much more visually polished. You'll love the extra color, brightness, font, and text. And the good thing is it doesn't stray far from the medieval atmosphere at all. Excellent book rework mod. Let's keep moving. Increase light sources and shadow cast draw distance. Improves the draw distance for light sources and their shadows, reducing the pop-in and immersion breaking transition. In Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, even on max settings, the vanilla game suffers from abrupt lighting and shadow rendering, which this mod aims to address. It's a very simple tweak by changing some values within the user config. However, it drastically increases the draw distance of light sources and shadows. It will reduce the light shadow pop-in, making environments feel more natural, keeping you connected to the environment for longer. It does enhance the realism effect as well, with no more shadows appearing out of nowhere. You can customize the value as well. The higher you set it, the more demanding and performance hitting it will be. Depending on your PC and the value you set, there is a potential FPS drop, flickering issues, particularly at very high values. Best performance is a value of 60 to 100. 250 and above may cause flickering and performance dips on lower end machines. But for a simple little change, this completely transforms a lot of the nighttime and indoor lighting. Cool mod that improves lighting within Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. A very quick look at a mod called Dairy Cows of Bohemia. Extremely simple texture mod that changes regular brown cows into dairy cows. Overall, it's an interesting mod. I almost think that the cows look better brown, but this could be something that interests you. I wanted to quickly highlight this mod. Enable dev mode and use consoles for non-Steam. Just wanted to highlight this mod as it's been the only way I've been able to actually get dev mode working. It's called enable dev mode and use console, non-Steam. However, I'm using this for Steam, but running this mod, which comes as a batch file to start up the game, is the only way I've been able to get console commands working. So I wanted to bring this to your attention. If you are having trouble when you've tried all the other methods, this could be the fix. All you have to do is just drop it into where your exe is for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. You run that instead of the normal shortcut. So it does require a bit more of a manual step to it, but I'm pretty sure you can get Steam to run it anyway. But an excellent, but a life-saving mod for me, definitely worth a shout out. It could work for you. And if you're not on Steam, this is going to be the way to get dev mode working.